him across the line.
He's going to get down here first.
Look at Andrew Tate playing third deck to deck.
Can I move this? Good morning, race fans. Welcome to Madison, Indiana, courtesy of H1 Unlimited with the live stream today of the 2019 American Powerboat Association Gold Cup here at the 69th Madison Regatta. We're about to begin a 1-hour testing session for the Unlimited Hydroplanes. You see boats being lowered into the water. To your left, the U-98 Graham Trucking American Dream. And to the right, your defending APBA Gold Cup champion Andrew Tate in the Auction Marketing presents Delta Real Track. Also in the water, the Dominant Red. They had a great day yesterday. We'll go over that through this testing session. Bert Henderson in the U7 Spirit of Detroit. And the hometown favorite to the far end of the pit area, the Home Street Blue and White, boat owned by the citizens of Madison, Indiana. The U6 Miss Home Street with driver Jimmy Shane. They are perfect on the weekend. Top qualifier, 2 heat wins yesterday here in Madison. We ran heats 1A and 1B, 2A, 2B yesterday. Here on the Ohio River, we were greeted to overcast skies at this time yesterday morning, but the skies did clear some, but today it looks to be a lot more sunny and bright here in Madison. Looking back to yesterday, Unlimited Heat 1A was taken by Jimmy Shane in the U6 Miss Home Street. Second position in Unlimited 1A went to Bert Henderson in the U7 Spirit of Detroit. Bert started in lane number 3, kept Andrew Tate in lane number 2 in check, and Bert went on for those 300 points. Andrew Tate was third in the Auction Marketing presents Delta Real Track, and the fourth position went to Corey Peabody in the U98 Graham Trucking American Dream. Unlimited Heat 1B yesterday was taken by J. Michael Kelly in the U12 Graham Trucking. That win made easier when Tom Thompson jumped the starting gun in J&D's presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. That vaulted Dustin Eccles up to the second position in the Bucket List Racing as Thompson settled for third in the U11. Things start happening in Unlimited's 2A and 2B with driver errors. Unlimited Heat 2A was a wild and wacky one. It saw Bert Henderson take the victory in the U7 Spirit of Detroit, but physically on the track it appeared that Tom Thompson was the winner in the J&Ds presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. That victory was taken away when Thompson was called for a lane infraction entering turn number 2, the bridge turn on lap number 1, forcing the U12 Graham Trucking to his left on the inside into the DMZ zone. That was a major violation through the H1 officials, and Tom Thompson was issued a disqualification. Henderson got the win. J. Michael Kelly was second, and third went to Dustin Eccles. Unlimited Heat 2B, the top 2 probably on paper here coming in. Jimmy Shane and Andrew Tate jumped the starting gun. That left Corey Peabody, the rookie, in front in the U98 Graham Trucking American Dream. As the heat went on and halfway through it, Peabody's Lycoming turbine engine began to compressor stall. Tate and Shane issued a 1-minute penalty for gun jumps. Shane made up the deficit and garnered those 400 points to pick up the victory in Unlimited 2B. Tate crept and crawled to the line with problems past the halfway mark of the heat, was hoping to hang on to second, but Peabody made up that 1 minute with 7 seconds to spare and picked up those 300 points. Andrew Tate was in the third position in the Auction Marketing presents Delta Real Track. Your Gold Cup point tallies after 2 elimination heats, and these totals do include qualifying from Friday. On top, U6, Miss Home Street with 900. Second position, U12, Graham Trucking with 780. Third position, U7, Spirit of Detroit, 750. Fourth slot, 440, Bucket List Racing with 565. Fifth position, U1, Auction Marketing presents Delta Real Track, 520. Sixth position, U98, Graham Trucking American Dream with 469. And in the final spot, U11, J&D's presented by Reliable Diamond Tool with 285 points. 7 boats in the pit area for the APBA Gold Cup. Points are critical in the elimination heats. We will run 3A, 3B, 4A, 4B today. The top 4 boats and points will start on the front row for the APBA Gold Cup finale at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We will have 2 trailer boats behind the top 4 for a 6-boat winner-take-all APBA Gold Cup final heat. You see to the left in the background the U12 Graham Trucking will go out and test this morning before going to battle in Unlimited 3B later today. Looking at 3A and 3B, Unlimited 3A coming up at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here in Madison. Boats participating. U1 Auction Marketing presents Delta Real Track. 440 Bucket List Racing. U7 Spirit of Detroit. U98 Graham Trucking American Dream. Unlimited Heat 1B will be at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Boats participating. U6 Miss Home Street. U12 Graham Trucking. U11 J&D's presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. That's a recap from yesterday, your current point totals, the draws as we look to 3A and 3B. We'll turn down the microphone momentarily, but don't go away. We'll be back here with you with unlimited testing at the 69th Madison Regatta. Green flag delivered on the course for testing for the H1 Unlimited Hydroplanes here on the Ohio River. We'll kind of keep our eye on the boats. We'll look for timing runs. Not necessarily looking for sheer speed here this morning. Race setups, final preparations before they go into racing activity this afternoon with Unlimited 3A at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time and Unlimited 3B at 1 p.m. EDT. 5 boats are in the drink. Just about 5 boats in the drink. The Graham Trucking U12 just hovering over the Ohio River. This track in Madison, it's a 2-miler. 4-lap preliminary heats. We'll have a 5-lap Gold Cup final at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And boy, the weather is perfect as far as the water goes. We have had trouble with debris on Friday. A little bit less debris yesterday, but we have had trouble with course markers staying into position. So hopefully maybe some extra cinder blocks have been applied to get those babies bolted down so we can keep them in spot and keep the show going when we go racing later this afternoon. Final preparations being made. You can see the H1 safety and rescue boat just about into position there in the infield here on the Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse. 2-mile track. The start-finish line buoy is just below the judges' stand here, south of Mulberry Street. They'll thunder to the right-hand side of us and go into turn number 1 or the west turn here on the Ohio River. They'll exit turn number 1 and go up the Trimble County shoreline of the Ohio River, the Commonwealth of Kentucky. They'll bolt into turn number 2, or the bridge turn just west of the Milton-Madison Bridge. 2 miles around. Jimmy Shane was the top qualifier with a 2-lap average here of 148.885 miles per hour. He set a brand new 2-mile qualification lap speed Friday at 149.692 miles per hour. We're getting our first whispers and whines from the Lycoming turbine engines that make up this field here in Madison. First boat out, the local favorite, U6, Miss Home Street with Jimmy Shane. Next out, dynamite day yesterday for Bert Henderson out of Rockville, Ontario, Canada. In the U7, Spirit of Detroit out next. And I'm sure they're anxious to see how the engine repairs have been made to this one. The red, white, and blue U98 Graham Trucking American Dream. Generally, they only allow 3 boats out at a time in testing. And right now that appears to be set in stone as the U1 and U12 are still at the dock. And boy, Shane, glass smooth conditions. And here is that U6 Miss Home Street. Boy, look at that water. It's beautiful. And boy, that boat looks sharp. From above, blistering down the front chute, is the U6 Miss Home Street. We'll try to get some timing runs here for you. We might have to go away from the camera here to get some of those eyeballed in for you. As you see, Bert Henderson slow in the red craft entering turn number 2. Let's keep our eye on Bert. I'm going to go ahead and put the clock on him right there. He picked up the tail. Not too bad. Now he gets a little bit more momentum, but we'll still get an idea here, even at a leisurely pace, how long it takes to get from point A to point B in seconds. Of course, point B is that start-finish line buoy, and he got there in 19 seconds. So the races are on a clock start format. The name of the game in Unlimited Hydroplane Racing, be it this start-finish line buoy where Jimmy Shane just crossed at full song, full throttle, before the clock strikes 0. If you jump the gun, you're issued a 1-minute penalty on a lapse time, which takes you away from a Gold Cup victory. Beautiful shot on the back straightaway is the Graham Trucking American Dream leading Bert Henderson up into turn number 2. Corey staying outside, Bert to the inside. Beautiful shot from above as they exit turn number 2 with the Milton-Madison Bridge in the background as they cross the start-finish line buoy. Nice photo op for the photographers here along the shoreline of the Ohio River in this morning testing session. We see the the U6 Miss Home Street entering turn number 2. We'll watch Jimmy Shane, and there goes the Throttle, that rooster tail rises. We'll get a timing run here for you. Thank you, Tate. About a lane 1 sequence. It was 16 seconds Friday and on Saturday. We'll see what it is here on this Sunday morning. And 3 for 3. So when you watch the races this afternoon, we'll have a countdown clock at the top right-hand corner of the screen. When we get to 16 seconds and the hydroplanes are behind that entrance pin of turn number 2 prior to the start, should be ideal positioning. Mash the gas, bring that puppy to the line at full tilt, and get a good start. Now we see Corey Peabody slowing on the back straightaway in the U98 Graham Trucking American Dream, and they don't want that because they had problems yesterday in 2B, did get those 300 points, as we see Bert Henderson returning to the pit dock in the U7 Spirit of Detroit. So Peabody's slow, and now he's trying to get a better relight to it. Now picks it back up. And I expect we'll see the 98 just loop around turn number 2 and come right back into the pit area. We'll watch Jimmy Shane, see if he elects to make another timing run. We went ahead and got the clock on him right there. He's out in the wider lane sequence right now, going way outside. About a lane 4 sequence. We'll see if he goes ahead and brings it to the line. And we'll give you that timing run mark. So the difference, you can tell out in there in lane number 4, just past the entrance pin of turn number 2, the start-finish line, that was 19 seconds. 19 seconds for Jimmy Shane on that timing run. So Corey Peabody did refire. Went against what I thought would happen as he remains running on the back straightaway in the Graham Trucking American Dream. Corey Peabody, 40 years of age, out of Kent, Washington. Driving for Rob Graham out of Milton, Washington. Rob Graham, of course, with 2 entries here this weekend at the APBA Gold Cup. His U12, the Graham Trucking, will go out momentarily in testing. So Peabody right now, 6 in points. He would be one of your trailer boats if we went right into the Gold Cup final. But 4 more preliminary heats to go before we go to that final later today. Shane, let's go ahead and hit that clock right there. We'll get an idea in seconds off that exit pin of turn number 2 to that start-finish line buoy, right on the buoy row, and make it 8 seconds. 8 seconds off the exit pin of turn number 2 to the start-finish line buoy for Jimmy Shane there in lane number 1. Andrew Tate, your defending APBA Gold Cup champion, leaving the pit dock in the dominant white, orange, and yellow trim. U1 Oxshire Marketing presents Delta Real Track. Andrew Tate out of Walled Lake, Michigan, 29 years of age. You're defending APBA Gold Cup champion. Jimmy Shane has made 3 timing runs. Corey Peabody still on the track off turn number 2 in the Graham Trucking American Dream. And it looks like Jimmy Shane off turn number 2 in the Miss Home Street. Looks like he'll bring the local favorite back into the pit area. Final preparations being made to the U12 Graham Trucking. J. Michael Kelly inside the enclosed capsule, waiting to close the lid on the U12, and they'll take to the Ohio River here for testing. A 1-hour session. We'll go racing at 12:30 Eastern Daylight Time for Unlimited 3A, Unlimited 3B at 1 p.m. EDT. Andrew Tate, let's get a timing run here for you. Off the exit pin of turn number 2 down to the start-finish line, and you can tell he's not as full tilt as Jimmy Shane was earlier. And Andrew got there in 11 seconds, but you can tell Rooster Tail not quite up as high as Shane's was when Jimmy made his timing run earlier in that same position off turn number 2 to the start-finish line buoy. Corey Peabody putting in several laps on the Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Race Course here in testing. Good to see the boat running better after that miscue yesterday with a compressor stall, but they did finish the heat in Unlimited 2B. Andrew Tate off turn number 1. We'll keep our eye on the U1. Oxshire Marketing presents Delta Real Track. We spoke to Andrew yesterday. He did make mention, did not have as much time to test, and some of his timing marks could have been off. So we'll see if he elects to make some timing runs here in this last testing session on this Sunday morning here at the 69th Madison Regatta APBA Gold Cup. Went ahead and put the clock on him there. You see the tail rise. Looks like a lane 1 sequence. It's been 16 seconds for several others. We'll see what it is for Mr. Tate. Coming to the start-finish line buoy, and ditto. Another 16-second timing run there at the entrance pin of turn number 2 to the start-finish line buoy in a lane 1 starting sequence. Tate in turn number 1, running a hot lap here in Unlimited testing. J. Michael Kelly did leave the pit dock in the U12 Graham Trucking. He's in turn number 1. Mr. Meyer has the camera on our defending APBA Gold Cup champion, Andrew Tate. And the Oxshire Marketing presents Delta Real Track. Andrew keeping it snug to the buoy line. And pretty good hot lap there. We won't get a time here for you. As he walks it from side to side there slightly, just past the start-finish line buoy. Now we see J. Michael Kelly entering turn number 2, and I expect timing runs from this APBA Inboard Hall of Champion. We'll go ahead and put the clock on him there. Tail not coming quite up to where it should be, but we'll still give you that time. And now he picks it up. Got him there at the entrance pin of turn number 2, the start-finish line buoy, and guess what? 16 seconds. Andrew Tate this time running at a good speed there in the about a lane 2 sequence. And the Oxshire Marketing Delta Real Track. J. Michael Kelly cut through the GPW race course. I'm going to go ahead and put the clock on him there. Now he's out in about lane 3. Went in there at pretty good speed. Coming down, we'll get a timing run here for you. And that one was at 14 seconds, but you saw when he entered up there in turn number 2 fairly deep, he was on the throttle a lot heavier than the other times were Shane and Tate and Kelly earlier down in lane number 1 when they made a timing run from the entrance pin at turn number 2, the start-finish line buoy. Andrew Tate buzzing the Indiana shoreline. J. Michael Kelly on the back straightaway. Graham Trucking. Good day yesterday for Kelly as he cuts through the infield. Now that will be a legal maneuver when we go racing later this afternoon. You can cut through the infield, back chute to front chute, right where he made that maneuver, and you can do it from front chute to back chute where the GPW turn 1 is. Andrew Tate working well up, deep up there in turn number 2 in the Oxshire Marketing Delta Real Track. And the tail goes down, looks like Mr. Tate will bring the dominant Big White back to the pit dock. Your defending APBA Gold Cup champion and National High Point champion in H1 Unlimited Hydroplane Racing. And boy, that's a beautiful shot there from the drone. Bringing him in, Brian Montgomery, Lisa Cornier, Mr. Dave Cooper, correct? He's doing a great job as well. I met him yesterday. You drone flyers are outstanding. JMK still on the track in the U12 Graham Trucking, walks it from side to side as he makes a hot lap here on the Ohio River here in unlimited testing. Entering turn number 1. That's the spot we'll watch. Oh, and see right there. That's the spot to watch here on this Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse. That is the roughest part of this racetrack, right there at that apex. And boy, you saw it there. He recovered, came down, and he still got the hammer down. Entering turn number 2 here on this Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse. J. Michael Kelly. Boy, he knows how to turn them. Snug to the pins. Beautiful lap. Let's see if he keeps the hammer down once again as he enters turn number 1 in the U12 Graham Trucking. This is where it's the roughest. Puts it on the hook and works his way around. You can tell scrubbed off some speed there and kind of swung the boat out into about a lane 2.5 sequence. It appeared from this angle from the camera, and you can tell he is away from the pins a little bit there, but now starting to creep back in a little bit as he works into turn number 2 here in Madison. Your 2016 APBA Gold Cup champion, he knows how to carve a turn. Great shot from the drone. He's put a couple good hot laps down here. U12 Graham Trucking, J. Michael Kelly. So Kelly slow now in turn number 1 in the U12 Graham Trucking. 7 unlimiteds in the pit area. 5 have elected to test. 142 plus miles per hour for J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking. Thank you, Tate Meyer, for that speed. J. Michael qualified for the APBA Gold Cup in an average of 142.735 miles per hour. And, of course, for our experienced hydroplane viewers and watchers, sometime a boat with lesser speed, that inside lane can be valuable if you got a faster boat to your outside of you, which has to travel more real estate on the course. And we all know that J. Michael Kelly has a great knack of obtaining lane number 1 in the race before the race. Beautiful shot on this Sunday morning here in Madison. JMK bringing the U12 back to the pit dock. We'll go silent here on the microphone here momentarily, but stick with us. Testing is still going on. If we have any changes or developments, we'll come right back to you. Just received word from H1 Unlimited officials. This testing session is complete. Testing session is complete. When we rejoin you later this afternoon with the live stream of H1 Unlimited, We'll go racing in Unlimited Heat 3A at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here in Madison. Boats participating: U1 Auction Marketing presents Delta Real Track 440 Bucket List Racing, U7 Spirit of Detroit, U98 Graham Trucking American Dream. Unlimited 3B will go off at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Boats participating: U6 Miss Home Street, U12 Graham Trucking, U11 J&D's presented by Reliable Diamond Tool. For the broadcast crew here, we'll see you in approximately 50 minutes with the live stream from Madison, Indiana through H1 Unlimited.